I'm Kim, the Abundant Traveler, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I put out laid-back luxury travel videos inspiring you to buy that plane ticket and get out there and go. Today, I'm describing something that is so important to us, especially in these times of the pandemic. I'd like to introduce you to Sherri Howell. Sherri is from the company called Medjet. So Sherri, tell me exactly what is Medjet? Is it travel insurance? Is it not travel insurance? I mean, what the heck is Medjet?
Medjet is an air medical transport and travel security membership program for travelers. If you land in a hospital, if you're sick or injured when you're traveling, and you land in a hospital, we make sure that people get from the hospital where they are to a hospital at home. A lot of people think that their travel insurance does that, but the medical evacuation component of travel insurance is only supposed to get you to the nearest acceptable facility for emergency treatment.
In that foreign country, in that space, wherever you are.
Right.
Okay.
So when you read about people with travel insurance getting stuck in a foreign hospital and having to raise funds to get an air ambulance because they want to be moved home, that's what we prevent.
Okay.
We move our members to their hospital at home.
A regular travel insurance will get you from your hotel to the nearest hospital.
Or a car accident.
Or whatever.
Fall off a horse on a gaucho ranch.
Yeah, we'll get you to the nearest hospital, but they won't get you any further than the nearest hospital. They won't get you home.
Their responsibility is to the nearest acceptable facility, and
Okay.
they want you to stay there until you've recovered to the fullest extent possible in that facility.
And then once you're in that hospital, and you do have to be in a hospital.
Yes.
Okay, so with Medjet, being a member, you have to physically be in the hospital. And then Medjet takes over from that acceptable close by hospital to getting you home to your home hospital, the one of your choice, at home.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So you said also it's domestic as well. How far away from my hometown do I have to be considered Medjet worthy?
Eligible. 150 miles.
Okay.
Anytime you step, it's almost like a little radius from your house. Anytime you step out of that 150-mile radius, you're covered.
Okay.
And we have so many people that buy, it's funny but not funny, because most people buy Medjet for this big international trip that they're taking, and then they wipe out like a couple, I shouldn't say that, but like they wipe out at a wedding a couple states over.
Oh my God.
We get a lot of slip and falls. I have a video on the website. It's a professional athlete, and they bought it. You know, he really bought it for his wife because she had some health issues. He ended up slipping. They took a really quick little vacation to Miami before the big trip, and he slipped on the pool deck.
Terrible.
So they ended up using it from Miami before they even left for the international trip.
Huh.
And for him, not even for her. So
what else and what other reasons would you want to be evacuated out of a place that Medjet would cover?
Medjet has two primary memberships. One is called Medjet Assist, and that is the hospital-to-hospital medical transport membership.
Okay.
We also have a membership called Medjet Horizon, and that is safety. That's security evacuation. It has all the same hospital-to-hospital medical transport benefits as Medjet Assist does, but it adds a 24/7, 365 security and crisis response number. So, and those are security evacuations.
Security evacuation might be...
If you're the victim of a violent crime.
Okay.
Nobody wants, and it also, you know, has in-country response. So if you're the victim of a violent crime, dealing with the police in a foreign country, you know, potentially in a foreign language.
I've done it, it's tough.
Is not, you know, something that I would wish on anybody, especially if, you know, you've been traumatized in some way. And it covers natural disaster, it covers kidnapping for ransom, it covers disappearance. This is the one before I even started working at Medjet, because for work I would go to Bogota, Colombia by myself, I would go to Mexico City by myself, and all I could do is call, you know, like my celebrity friends' security guy, be like, who does my mom call if I just disappear in Bogota, you know? And now my mom would call Medjet. So it covers that. It actually covers pandemic. We had a lot of people that once they locked down, that were stuck in foreign countries, and those were our teams. Like those were our
Getting
security
us home.
teams trying to get people home. Yeah.
Yeah. What about natural disasters? Are you talking about like there's a hurricane and then there's no infrastructure, no planes, no nothing? Because I did get stuck in Cancun during a hurricane just a year ago, and luckily it didn't destroy much. But if it had destroyed and there were no flights, then I could call you and say, hey, come get me.
Each security response is different. You know, if it's too late to get somebody out in the instance of a hurricane, then it could be something as it could be shelter in place.
Okay.
But it does become our security providers' responsibility to keep that person safe. In the instance, like with the pandemic, when people were stuck in foreign countries, they did daily wellness checks. One was a Forbes writer who wrote a great article about it. I was like, how lucky is that? I mean, not for them, but like for us,
Good content. COVID. It's obviously for quite a while now been the top of everybody's mind and on everybody's number one conversation. How does Medjet work if you are positive for COVID and can't get on your commercial flight home?
We were the first to add COVID transport back in October of last year, and then we elevated it to be global coverage this last July. The COVID transports for Medjet work exactly the same as a medical transport, which is hospital to hospital. So if you are in the hospital and have COVID, or let's say that you have a car accident and you test positive for COVID, even though it has nothing to do with like the car accident, we can transport people to their hospital at home. As far as like testing positive for COVID, that's not something that we cover. We really are to make sure that people don't get there, if they're in a hospital, that they don't get stuck there. If somebody is positive for COVID and wants to pay for the air ambulance flight themselves, then we would arrange
You'd arrange it.
When we do hospital-to-hospital transports, we arrange everything, we pay for everything. So if you don't have Medjet, it's from Asia it could be $180,000.
So Medjet is definitely peace of mind. At this point, I have just crossed over into my 50s, and maybe when I was 20, I didn't think it was that important. But in my 50s, I do care if something terrible is going to happen to me. I want to get home. And I don't want my family and friends to be worried about getting me home. All they're gonna have to do is call Medjet, call directly. Tell me a little bit, can you buy like your policies and become a member for a particular trip? Or is it like a 3-month thing? Or is it just a yearly thing? I have the yearly one, and I have the Horizon, which is the bonus, the extra one for coups, natural disasters, kidnapping, and all of that.
All the scary stuff.
All the scary stuff that if you're prepared for, it'll never happen. Can you tell us a little bit about what you can purchase and what the timing is?
Yeah, the short-term memberships come in 8-day, 15-day, 21-day, or 30-day increments.
Okay.
The annual Medjet Assist is, it's a little bit less than the Medjet Horizon because it doesn't have all the fanciness. But most people if they take more than 2 trips a year, they have the annual membership, right?
So if you're looking for specific pricing, I have left a link in the description below of how to sign up for Medjet. It also is a link to their website. It gives all of the details. It gives a Q&A, frequently asked questions. They have a great email list with lots of good intel and details as well, so sign up for their email list. But if you want to know more specifics about the actual policy, go to the description below and click the Medjet link. So Sherri, is there anything else that we should know right now about this policy, about this membership? I'm so used to saying a travel insurance policy, but
I know.
but about the Medjet membership, I've been a member for several years. So is there anything else that somebody should know? And if they want to reach out, do you have a number on your website that just says if you want to ask questions and stuff, there's that as well?
Yeah, we have a great membership services team. Again, I love the fact that we're a membership program because we treat members like members.
Nice.
Yeah, not, you don't get the phone tree, you don't
Okay,
get,
great.
right? You get a live human being, even if it's
Perfect.
me,
Yeah,
sometimes. It is the top rated program of its kind. We actually invented the model for here in the United States, and imitation is the best form of flattery, but well, I always say that we are oldest and best. We cover just about every celebrity.
NFL?
Under the sun, yes. We protect the NFL when they play their games overseas. We have a lot of corporations, a lot of law firms, Fortune 500 executives. When I first started working there, I kind of like did a little snoop through the membership base, and I was like, oh, are you kidding me?
This is so important. She is actually visiting in Austin, Texas for an event, and I begged her to do this interview with me. So Sherri, thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
Thank you for having me.
And hopefully everybody on my email list and my subscribers and my Instagram followers, you guys will get this Medjet, because I can't tell you how important it'll be if you actually need it. You
never think you're going to need it until you do.
That's right. So I am Kim, the Abundant Traveler, and I will see everybody on a very, very safe traveling excursion very, very soon. Bye, everybody. And that's it.